When it comes to diversity in America, many may think of race in America's past of civil rights movements. Here in Oklahoma is a unique and original story that dates back to the 1950s, which laid a foundation for diversity in fire stations across the world.
Well, in 1951 is when our department became integrated. Well, we've always referred to them as the original 12.
The original 12 is the Oklahoma City Fire Department's first African American fireman crew. It all started from support needed from the city officials and the African American community.
It was because of an agreement that city leadership at the time had with the Urban League that if the Urban League was going to support a bond issue that was going before the voters that year, the Urban League wanted the police and fire departments integrated.
The 12 set a precedent for those who followed because of what the integration meant for the Oklahoma City Fire Department.
A lot of departments across the country were integrating their departments, but not like Oklahoma City did. They hired African American firefighters, but they all worked together. They worked in the predominantly African American part of whatever city, and they weren't actually working alongside and with the white firefighters. But that was certainly the case here.
The integration of the Oklahoma City Fire Departments were met with great adversity in the areas of racial acceptance and equality. Nevertheless, the original 12 were successful and went on to become Oklahoma City's most recognized and accomplished fire crew. The manner in which these men met their responsibilities and carried out their duties paved the way for those who followed.
And they wound up being the sharpest that the city had. That's why they won the trophy 3 times in a row. Over both all the other stations in Oklahoma City. But the youngest crews is had. But wound up being the top efficient groups in the whole city.
As the original 12 continued their respective careers, many of them went on to achieve personal success. One of the last remaining and most notable of the 12 is Chief Carl Holmes. Holmes served as a fireman for 3 decades in the Oklahoma City Fire Department. After climbing the ranks, Holmes soon became Assistant Fire Chief. As Chief, Holmes implemented a model for firefighter development and training, which later became the Carl Holmes Executive Development Institute.
All I am, I owe. I live eternally in the red. That's for every black firefighter that's on this job. None of them would have been here if it hadn't been for that first 12. That's a statement for the Carl Holmes Executive Development Institute. And so as we go through that institute, we recognize that we wouldn't have been here if it had not been for someone being here before us. We lead that the people that are following us are as good as the people that were before us. So again, we say we stand on the shoulders of giants. We want to make sure that those that come behind us become giants as well.
The lasting legacy of the original 12 lives on today in firemen and fire stations across the globe.
They were successful by the people that followed them. That's what counts.
Recognizing the need for diversity in this field of work took the bravery of more than just the original 12, but of men and women who have the desire to make a difference every day in the lives of the people in their community.